Halcha, welcome. I'm Lora O'Brien and this is Living Irish Witchcraft, where we explore the lived tradition as it actually works on the ground here in Ireland and how you can weave it into your own life with clarity and right relationship. So let's get into episode 2. I'm out walking by the river most mornings, or at least on the mornings when I've enough sense to step away from the screen and get my walk in early. Now, it's a very ordinary river walk in an ordinary corner of Waterford. It's concrete paths, dog walkers, people taking strolls up and down, the usual bit of rubbish that the crows have been at. Nothing epic, but there's a stretch where things quiet down and the river widens, and if I'm lucky, the heron is there before me. You'd nearly miss them if you weren't paying attention. They stand so still that they become part of the riverbank, or the reflections, or the reeds. And then they move, and it's slowly as a thought forming. And the whole place feels different for a moment, that first beat of its wings. Not more magical as such, just more alive, more connected, and I can be more present. Now, that to me is witchcraft. Not the heron specifically, but what I'm trying to describe for you is the shift in awareness. The moment that you realise you're not just walking through a place, you're in relationship with it. You're seeing and being seen in a way that actually shapes you. Irish witchcraft begins with those moments, with place, with attention, with energy, with relationship. Not with rituals or tools or titles, and certainly not with anybody's approval. And this is where a lot of folk get stuck. They write to me and they say things like, I want to practice Irish witchcraft or Irish paganism, but I'm waiting until I know Ireland approves of me. Or, Laura, am I doing it right? Will you tell me when I'm allowed to call myself a witch or a dree or anything else in this tradition? And look, I understand where that comes from. It's fear and longing and respect all tangled up together. It is the honest and genuine desire not to cause harm, which I hugely appreciate. So please don't feel like I'm attacking anybody for this. It's the desire to be on the right track. It's the desire to belong. And it's the desire to, get external validation. For somebody to tell you that you're doing it right or that you're okay. But here's the truth. One of the many hard truths, which I'm sure we'll cover in this podcast, as I do in every other piece of content I create. Ireland is not a person. Ireland doesn't hand out certificates, and I certainly am not the keeper of Ireland. Nobody is. This island is a place, a culture, a history, a people, a language, and 1,000 shifting contexts. You don't ask Ireland for permission. You build relationship with Ireland the same way you build any relationship. It comes with attention, with respect, with time, with clarity, and with a willingness to listen and to learn. It comes through showing up consistently, through listening more than you speak, especially at the start, especially when you're new. And it's all big and exciting. And you don't ask me for permission either, or John, or anybody else, honestly. I'm an educator, I'm a guide, I'm here to give you tools, to give you context, to give you resources, to give you a sense of direction. A lot of what I give is out of the goodness of my heart because I genuinely want people to have an authentic connection to and relationship with Ireland. I can help you avoid common pitfalls. I can certainly tell you all of the mistakes that I've witnessed over the decades. I can tell you maybe when you're drifting into fantasy or appropriation. I can point you towards the work that matters, that's going to help you and support you as much as you are being helped and supported. But I can't verify you. I can't and do not want to approve you. That power isn't mine. It isn't anyone's. Witchcraft is built in the doing, and identity grows from practice. And practice begins in relationship. With Ireland as the source of the tradition, yeah, absolutely, 100%. But also with the land that you're actually standing on every day. And for some of you, for a lot of you, that might be Ireland. And for a lot of you, it won't be. Because here's the thing that people often overlook. If you can't build relationship with your own place, you can't build relationship with Ireland either. The two things go hand in hand. This is a transferable skill set. The way you notice your own weather patterns, your own wildlife, your own waterways, all of that trains the exact same muscles that you'll use when you approach Irish landscapes, Irish lore, Irish traditions. Magic isn't a switch that you flick on when you step onto Irish soil. Well, a lot of people wish it was, but it's not. It's really not. It's a way of seeing and a way of being. It's a habit of attention. Now, every authentic Irish magical practice I've ever come across starts with the local. The well, field, the river, the doorway, the hearth fire, the tree, the stretch of ground outside your home. Magic was always built from what was right in front of Irish people, not from what they wished they had or where they wished they were. So if you're practicing this tradition from outside Ireland, and again, many of you are, and that's okay, you're not pretending that your land is Irish. You're not trying to import Irish spirits into somebody else's ecosystem. Please don't do that. Oh my goodness. Please don't do that. You are tapping into the Irish worldview to deepen your relationship with the place that you actually live in. And that's what keeps it grounded. That's what keeps it ethical. That's what keeps it real. So I'm going to give you an example from my own life. On that river walk, when I meet the heron, or even on the mornings that I don't, I take a moment to acknowledge the relationship I'm in. Not because the heron is some sort of spirit messenger, although he is traditionally, along with his cousin the crane, connected to Monaghan MacLear, one of the Tuatha De Danann, who is also connected to the Isle of Man. But it's not because of that. It's not because I'm expecting a sign from Monaghan, but because this place is part of my life. It shapes me. It teaches me patience and presence and humility just by being here. And acknowledging that regularly keeps me connected. That's my authentic connection. Now, that connection doesn't replace my relationship with the land and lore of Roscommon or Rathcruachan, or with the west of Ireland, where I spent a lot of my formative magical and spiritual years, let's call them. It complements it. It keeps me honest. It reminds me that witchcraft isn't about chasing power or prestige. It's about being in right relationship with the world that you are actually in. So let's build that practice today. Here's your working for this episode. I'm going to try and do one in every episode. This one is a simple land attention charm based on the kind of observational blessings and even auguries or divinations or something you see woven through Irish folk tradition. So noticing, naming and aligning yourself with place. It's nothing fancy, nothing old world theatrical, no costumes, just the real everyday work. So go outside if you can, or stand at a window if you can't. Or sit at a window, honestly. Let your eyes settle on something real in front of you. So it could be the sky, it could be a leaf, it could be a street lamp, it could be a bird, it could be a wall, it could be a puddle. Whatever is actually present right there in front of you. Take one slow breath and say quietly to yourself, I notice this land. I live on this land. May respect and right relationship grow between us. So that's it. 3 lines, a beginning. You're not taking anything, you're not invoking anything, you're opening the door to relationship. And this is the kind of relationship that Irish witchcraft depends on, honestly. Do it again tomorrow or next week or whenever you remember or whenever you notice something right in front of you. And over time, you will start to see differently. You'll notice patterns. You'll notice presences. You'll notice, all going well, yourself showing up in a more grounded way. And that's the path. It's not about waiting for approval. It's not about waiting for someone to, I dub thee a witch. It is just about doing the work. So one small act of relationship at a time. I'll leave it there for today. In the next episode, we'll talk about ancestors maybe, and how they actually fit with Irish witchcraft without sentimentality, without fear, without making claims that belong to other people's dead. Until then, mind yourself, mind your place, and let your place mind you back. And if today's episode stirred something in you or helped you make sense of the path that you're walking, you might find my book, Irish Witchcraft from an Irish Witch, really useful. It goes deeper into the worldview behind this tradition, the lived experience, the cultural grounding, and the practical steps that help you to build an authentic, ethical practice that you can rely on. So there is a link for it in the show notes. If you can buy it, if you can review it, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Slán go fóill. I'll see you next time.